Push from your shins. And back. Cross. Switch. 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 So heel up, like a lunge. Drop the heel. Switch. Lunge. Drop the heel. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Nikyo, ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Thank you. Cross. cross. Llame. Cross in front of the belly button. Four directions. Switch feet. Each knee. Sun. She. Reset. Each knee. Sun. She. Reset. Switch. Each knee. Sun. She. Reset. And each back knee. Ushiro. Sun. Ushiro. She. Front. Back. 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 Actually scratch that. We're going to do front, back, back, front, front. Which goes each knee, sun, she, go. And now we're ready. Each knee, sun, she, go. Front, back, back, front, 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 back, back, front, front. You can stay in the same spot, but for practical video purposes, I'm just gonna start keep resetting to the same spot. So each knee, sun, she, go. 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 And as you notice, I'm trying to stay within the same line. I'm not taking too much room, so you can do this in a corner, really anywhere in the house, in the kitchen. Each knee, sun, she, go. Keep the same line. Each knee, sun, she, go. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now without resetting, the tempo is more fluent. So each knee, sun, she, go. Each knee, sun, she, go. Each knee, sun, she, go. So as you notice, I'm walking one step at a time, building this sequence, building up the sequence. So let's go back to our 1, 2, 1, 2. This time, yokomen. Each knee. So the first front hand becomes the blend, my protection. The second one attacks. So I do both same time. And like Chuck Sensei says, let your cut guide your movement. So I'm not stepping, cutting, I'm cutting, stepping. Temple or clavicle? Neck 2. So 1, 2, 3. All of them yokomen. Man, each knee, son, she, each knee, etc. So that's a good exercise for a kata practice. Front, back, back, front, front. So work on that. Let's see what else. Ikkyo. And what I like to do with Ikkyo is there are different depths or distance. So when you build up precision, there are different distances or timings onto your openings, right? So somebody attacks and I want to do Ikkyo. Sometimes I might be slightly late. So my crossing may be, if I'm late, a little bit deeper in. Ideally I don't want to be late, but if I am, the connection, which is what I'm trying to explain, goes way into the cut as opposed to shallow onto the cut. For that purpose, what I'd like when I do Ikkyo, I like to focus on, if you notice the height of this crossing, we go shallow, deeper, 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 because that will give you different openings, etc. So do 1, knee, san, shi, switch, each, knee, san, shi. Now I'm not saying that's how you always should work on Ikkyo, but it's a good idea of building awareness of what we're doing, giving it purpose, a sense of purpose. So again, each, knee, san, shi, and then keep on that side, and now you make it a little bit shallower, and then you switch, so each, knee, san, shi, each, knee, san, shi. So don't let your limbs be, you have to be relaxed. That's kind of intrinsic, so telling somebody to relax while on the mat is kind of like mansplaining a little bit, because it's intrinsic in our practice to be relaxed. So I appreciate when I'm not reminded of that, but anyhow, if I am, I just say thank you and then continue with my practice. So each, knee, san, shi, each, knee, san, shi. So it's really nice to come back to doing the principles and then be reminded that there is a lot more depth than just, stepping and moving. See, this is another option. I'm already building some balance. What moves and why does it move? Am I moving this first, or is this a result of my taisabaki? Good. Each, always being able to see, drop. Each, turn, drop, switch. Each, my connection. How deep was I during my opening? Ready to cut, drop. Each, one motion. You can also do 4 direction for now. Each, me, san, she. I should have switched feet. So, Rikmi Tenkan, each, me, san, she. Reset, switch feet. Rikmi Tenkan, each, me, san, she. Switch. Good. Now, Tai no Henko is another interesting awareness practice. So, right now I'm studying 3 different hand positions, Te Sabaki, from my simple, the offer, Tai no Henko, bring it to your belly button, right in front. Some schools like to practice complete diagonal and then drop, right? So my first opening, what I call in the dojo drinking water from a well, right below the navel. So reach, knee, offer, move the whole body, drop, switch, offer, move. And always imagine you're training with yourself as a partner in practice. That's what kata's intention would be. Offer. So don't just move first. Always make sure there's a connection. And as you notice, I'm already sweating, so it doesn't have to be, again, I guess the word of the day is awareness. It has to keep the continuity of that awareness. The second approach is going to be, I'm holding that beach ball against a small beach ball, not one of the bigger ones, and then I'm pushing it onto my connection with my partner. So as I offer and connect, I'm creating that sphere which allows me to finalize extended. So we're going from the navel, building up our sphere, as you will notice on the third dynamic. So offer into, offer, connect, so bounce. Switch feet, always both sides. The third one, I was watching a video last night, and one of the Shihans was doing just a simple, so I'm going to start this way. He offers, and once you connect, you're just bringing it up. It's actually finishing both sides. So this would be the most natural body mechanics, right? Because that's how we begin our offering, our Ikkyo-ondo, etc. So connect, down. It passes through my navel again, but this time we're not necessarily going through the rotation of the drinking water from the well, but more like sending up our ki upwards, right in front of our nose. So it looks, when he finishes, he's finishing in a completely relaxed position. Boxing position, kamae. I'm trying to remember the sensei whom I saw doing it. Of course, with the quarantine, I've been watching several hundred videos every day, so I'll remember by the end of class. He goes. Shibata Sensei, Shibata Shihan from Berkeley. Very interesting, dynamic stuff. Offer. Relaxed. Very good. Let's work on some shomenuchi. So we begin gyaku hanmi. Make sure you prepare the attack. So you offer, enter, cut, open, throw. I'm gonna start way back. We're gonna do the same side, but you make sure that you always do both sides. So, this is gonna be my shomenuchi, iriminage, omote. Ich, ni, san, shi. 1. Everything's in front. What am I guiding with this hand? What am I extending with this other hand? Take the balance. Give yourself, if I throw from here, then I'm going right onto my partner. So make sure that you're aware of what's going on in front. Again, so my 1, 2, so my natural throw is going to be behind. I need to open up the space. That's my 3, 4, and I'm finishing in an aware sanshin. Reach. And then if you start overthinking it, stuff like what just happened starts happening, which is now I kind of get you tend to lose track of where you're at, kind of like losing the map when you don't have your partner's awareness. So this is why this solo practice is so important. Like boxers doing shadow boxing. So don't move faster than how you move. Try to not move faster than yourself. I know that doesn't make sense. Same side. Ich, ni, san, shi. Give yourself room for the throw during step 3 in this case. So 1, 2, 3. This is the important one. 4. That's what's going to allow me to cut straight. If I skip that, I only have one angle to go, which is fine. If that's what's needed, maybe my attacker could be a little bit slower or much shorter than me. In that case, I still need my opening, and then I throw. My angle changed. So, what am I originally trying to do? So, a good practice is paint the line, draw the line of the throw. And whatever you do in the meantime, try to, it's really like going through a river. And then you gotta finish at the end line. So no matter if my attacker may have thrown me this way, I always reroute. Maybe I'm inside an elevator or something. You didn't get inside an elevator, which is not very advisable. So play with that. Let's change the opening. So we'll do, instead of, so I'm going to start with this side. What I've been doing is this. That's my first opening. What I'm going to do, we begin shomenuchi, but I'm going to enter first. So my attack is coming this way. This is, so picture that, right? My opening, in this case, is going to come inside for omote. So that's another version. So if I'm starting this way, my opponent's foot, my partner's foot is going to be right in front, his back foot is mirroring my stance. He comes in, takes a step and attacks. I'm entering inside, this is now his face, his belly button, he has a big belly, and then the shominuchi coming in. I'm already inside, I connect the shominuchi and pivot. 2 throws, so I'm back facing you, so my footwork. Offline, Ushido, Ushido, Sanshin. Be aware. So I don't want you guys starting to throw like this. So same side. I'm just doing same side so that we can memorize the motion. So 1, 2, 3. Mirroring image. He's stepping and cutting this way. I'm taking his awareness. So this is an atemi, but I'm not using it as an atemi. I'm not even painting his face. I'm just extending my ki. Don't poke anybody's eyes. So that was 1. Same 1 motion. 2. Rotate. 3. Don't rotate way too far here. So always inside. 1, 2, 3. Each, ni, san. If you notice, now I'm not self-censoring because my opening was way too frontal. So I may have just clashed my knees. I want to be really offline. See, this works because I'm not moving along. See this middle line? This would be my line of attack. You can still own this line by not being there. White square. Not to the next, because now this is too far. My arms are shorter. Check this out. Right above that line. So I'm there without being on it. So offline. My atemi is inside the line. This is perfect actually. Each. Knee always above, san. Now, after I cut, it doesn't make much sense that, well, why are you standing inside the line? Well, my partner is also moving. So once we're back in the dojo, we'll notice where that motion takes place. Unless you want to practice on the kenny on the hard floor, also not advisable. Each white square, cut, san, back into owning the line. Each. Knee. Good. Iriminage ura. Sending my partner along the same route where his original intention was. He's attacking along the black line, so he's telling me I want to go that way, and I'm actually putting enough energy invested to really go that way. So in Aikido we actually open up the room. So what we're doing is we want to come this way. I'm opening the room. I know you guys know all this, but it's important to do that solo practice also. It's a good training for me. I hope you can hear me well, by the way. So, I finished my Irimi Tenkan. Attack comes in, I'm offline, I'm offline, I'm opening room, and I'm throwing. My hands receive, but not really. I'm guiding. If here's the neck, then I'm not clashing against anything because my partner now turned. Shoulder. One, two, extend, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't be scared of compensating. Once I throw, I just did that. If I'm entering and throwing, the back foot we need stability everywhere. So that's how I'm going to try to stabilize. Felines, big cats, they use their tail. Most of us don't have tails, I would imagine. So our compensation comes from our ground, our earth. And for that reason, we don't want to be too stiff on our knees, particularly in this type of floor. We don't want stiffness overall. So relax the knees, slight bend. My toes. If you ever practice yoga, one of the examples they give is you want a warrior stance that allows ki or chi flowing like a river. I'm not blocking the ki. So that's where our inverted L comes to take place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy and relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach. Knee. Sun. Chi. So we got Iriminages. Let's work on a little bit of, since we're doing the Ura motion, my Iriminage, my Kotegaish. Again, watch my hands. Iriminage, Kotegaish. Kotegaishi, Ura. Again, I have the prearranged mental map of where I'm gonna lead the interaction. Sometimes it doesn't go according to plan, but if we want to stay around our beacon, camera is beacon 1, the back of the curtain is going to be, the blind is going to be beacon 1.1. So, omote, same side, ura, ura, omote. Things change. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. Try to keep ground, keep centered, and continue with that motion. So it's more important that you feel centered than no matter what you're finishing that way. So this is what I'm trying to say. I went a little bit faster and I started losing my balance. I want to recover my balance while moving, rather than allowing me to be guided by it. always in front of my navel. Don't do that to me. Good. So let's finish in reverse. Let's go back to our original body motion. So we begin with Ikiondo. Build that from a Funako Gyondo boat rolling exercise. So hips are the reason why we're moving. A lot of good things begin from the hips. You couldn't help it, sorry. So put some weight on it, put some intention on it. You know, we can always be marshmallowy, and we're doing 10 reps, but you count whichever 10 reps are more efficient for you. Feel a lot missing in my canoe right now. Alright, enough jokes. Ikiondo. Because now we're used to moving our hips first. We set different depths of connection. And back. We're going to shake the spirit. Again, talking about the intention, right? So, nothing's happening here. I have my left hand on top of my right hand. I'm shaking my own set of hands. And there is no real depth nor meaning here. But this is one of the exercises that Osensei, from what I gathered from books written by his own family, if people couldn't move, they couldn't practice. I think we can all relate to this right now. This is the one exercise he recommended, shaking the spirit. You move your body with the intention of moving the core of the earth. So you connect, put some intention on it. Before closing your eyes, start feeling how, again, our hips begin moving. If my hips move but my knees are all rigid, look what happens to my body. So I need to bounce, not too much, but just bounce enough of it. My knee just popped. And so then I begin that shaking sensation. So now, it starts appeasing. Keep your eyes closed. See how the water, like a pool. You may feel some energy inside your hands. Thank you for joining and see you on the mat.